Good afternoon, my dear 12th standard students. Today I am going to explain you the poem A Thing of Beauty, which is written by John Keats. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. In a very starting 4-5 line, the poet says, John Keats, that a thing of beauty is a source of constant joy. He said it is not going to be ended, but it is constant joy. Then he said that the poem is based on the Greek legend in which a beautiful young shepherd and the poet who lived on Mount Ledon had a vision of this, and the enchanted youth resolved to seek out and so wandered away through the forest Arden. A beautiful thing is a comforting as a bower, which is peaceful, pleasant place in the shade of a tree, providing shelter and protection from the hot rays of the sun, giving us sound sleep, full of pleasant dreams, health, and peaceful breathing. So, under the shade of the bower, we are having the full enjoyment of the life because we are having the sweet dreams, our good health, and the quiet breathing. This is because of the good and the healthy atmosphere. After that, the poet says, therefore, on every morrow, means every tomorrow, the next day, are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite or despondence of the inhuman dearth, of noble nature of the gloomy days. After this, the poet says that the dreams bind us to the beauties of the despite our feelings of sadness and depression. Here, despondence, though the human nature is always going to be so doomed because of the some opposite circumstances, but it is the lesson that we have to learn from the nature, that we have to be always try to overcome from the sadness and the depression. Then he said, we all possess negative attribute of hatred and disappointment. We suffer from a lack of noble qualities and follows unhealthy evil ways. In spite of all these, a beautiful things help us to remove the cover of gloom or darkness from our life. It makes us love it despite of things that makes us sad and dampen our spirit. Here are number of beautiful things that have the power uplift our spirits. After that, the poet says, of all the unhealthy and the over-darkened ways made for our searching eyes, in spite of all, some shapes of the beauty moves away the pearl. It means whatever the things that we are having in surroundings related to the nature always gives us positive vibrations and the attitude to be behave among the people we are living in this world. From our dark spirits, such the sun, the moon, trees, old, young sprouts, a shady boon. Then the poet says that these are the things the trees sprout, spread their branches to provide shelter within, than their green covering shade for the simple sheep humans. Similarly, the sight of the daffodils means is a beautiful flowers. Here in a very first line, for a simple sheep and such are the daffodils. It means even the flowers, whenever we look at the flowers, there always comes a smile on a face. Means the nature always try to keep us healthy and smile on our face. So the daffodil is blooming within their green surroundings. Then the poet says, with the green world they live in and the clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make. Giant the hot season, the mid-forest break and rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. As such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. All lovely tales means all lovely stories that we have heard or read. An endless fountain of immortal drink which is not going to be over, pouring unto us from the heavens brink. Last paragraph, last 4-5 lines, the poet says that daffodils blooming within their green surroundings, the clear in the small streams of water which makes a cooling shelter for themselves against the hot season. The thick mass of the ferns looking grand with their beautiful roses are all things of beauty that makes us feel happy. The mighty dead people whose achievements have made them great and powerful inspire us through their sages of the noble works. When the legends and the stories inspire us, we imagine their magnificence. And a beautiful thing is also a source of joy, just as the lovely tales we have heard or read give us profound happiness. It is like a fountain of immortality. Here, as it is written in the second line, last second line, endless fountain of immortality. It depends on us from where we are taking the good things that is going to be helpful in improving our own personality. So here the poet says, the endless fountain of immortal drink which it pours unto from the heavens bring. The line means that nature gives us immortal joy that comes from the heaven. Hence, it is the ultimate source of the happiness. It is up to us. Nature is always ready to give us all the things that makes our life beautiful, happy, wealthy, very kind. But it is up to us that how much we are taking from the nature. So I hope that you understand the poem. Try to write down the appreciation of the poem and complete the question answers related to this poem. Thank you.